The prelude to Phantom Revenge. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So, this week, Phantom Revenge should be dropping. It is Black Friday week. We are about a week before release here. And this is typically when we do see Konami wanting to do these products. Now, this set has not gotten its OCG support yet. So that's going to be an interesting thing when we're looking at the secondary product here. Now, as of right now, boxes are coming in at about $68 a piece. We've had a pretty decent track record over the last couple of days of people wanting to pick up 2 to 3 of these. And I do fully expect when Black Friday comes around and you do see that kickback, I think these are going to just get piled off of the market because it's the upcoming set and people are going to go, woo, feed me. It's that kind of stuff. But for all of the themes and everything available in here, obviously, all 3 of them seem pretty decent. You know, Hecka Hands' Illusion support. Enia Craft is basically Pac-Man with a lot more devastation. And then Cool Tune, God, I hate that name so much, you know, is going to be the new small synchro archetype that you will be able to use and basically take advantage of your opponent's monsters. So, right now, $68 a box. We'll have to wait and see, you know, when reveals do get announced here. But I would assume somewhere around Monday, Tuesday, due to Thanksgiving and the holidays coming up here. Inevitably, if not, probably on the 1st. But I don't think that Konami is going to dilly-dally that long on this set. So, hope you're ready for some revenge. This reminds me to look at Mimighoul, because, you know, flip effect monsters. So, the current state of Mimighoul is actually quite interesting. I mean, we're down to $24 on Dungeons, which is not terrible. We're down to $20 copies of giant Mimighouls, and then, of course, the Thrones are coming in at 13s, which, once again, I mean, that's not bad at all. Mimighoul Master, $13. He's dropped. Still $7 copies on the Charm. Giant Mimighouls, $2. So, I mean, when you start to get down here to the base bottom of the dungeon, no pun intended, you really start to see, you know, $1, $2 cards. Charm from Sneak Peeks, dollars. Okay. Thrones, 30, 40 cents. So, what I am telling you here is, if you were to want to pick up a Mimighoul core, for whatever reason, this is a lot of 40, 50 cent cards right now. Mimighoul Makers, 30 cents. Dragons, same thing here. Maker, God, man, actually, this deck is so cheap. Minus a couple of $2 cards, you're like riding the cruise control wave here of super cheap. So, you know, kind of interesting on that front. Enjoy your Penny Stonk deck. Seems pretty cool. Albion. So I am going to continue to monitor this card because this card still, it never got the reprint, you know, except for, you know, the 10, and then you're like, oh, $42 fucking dollars for this garbage, man. Like, who, why, when, where, why, how? Both printings now, $40+ $42. I guess I should have known that they weren't going to reprint this, but to still see the reality of this card being $42 to $43 with market prices reflecting $47. You know, if you still were wanting to pick up anything Albaz related, this is your current expensive card. Speaking of interesting, so, you know, branded fusions were exceeding, you know, all expectations on the market. You know, we were hitting like $40+. And then you just kind of had a little bit of a blowout happen here. You know, you deaccelerated from 39, and then you continued down here, hitting 36, 35, and now your lowest is $34. In terms of, you know, how often they sell, I mean, you can see your $40 point just like a week ago at this point. So this was one of those cases that, you know, we're just deaccelerating at this point. I'm not exactly sure how long that this little dip down in branded fusion is going to last, because it does feel a little bit off right now, you know? I know we have, like, no chance of this card getting another higher rarity besides the quarter century at this point, but, like, That's still an interesting takeaway. Swens. So this is kind of a little bit interesting. We're down to 36 listings on this guy, and we're still only holding like $5 to $6. So what's actually causing Swen to, dip down? Well, Genesis format for one. Two, we actually just saw this deck off of Next Play on Wednesday. Next Play actually ended up having this deck win its event. Yes, that's right. I can officially say that a Japanese tournament was taken down by Radiant Typhoon. Nobody, I don't think, was necessarily ready for that, which, if I'm starting to see one of the big core components in the deck starting to shrink down in, quantities, well, we got to kind of start to be a little bit realistic here and start to actually look around and make some calls here on if we need to be picking these up, because that's what we're dealing with. Also, Crowley's, God, man, we went with this card for a little while. It was definitely picking up, and we just saw the immediate dip down in its value. Remember when this was $25 a couple weeks back? Yeah, I remember. $10 now is the current price of Crowley. And, you're floating around the $11 mark and so forth. We do continue to see the deacceleration of this card. Probably will for a while. Snake Eyes Doomsy Woomsy Dragon. Look at all these unverifieds, man. You literally have the $14 mark going down here and to the $13 range. If this was something that you wanted to pick up today, you would have a great chance to get these because, we're just spinning down. Spell Ruler. This set, I talked about this on What in the World's Happening here on Monday. We are still $75. And actually, you head on up to the $80 mark. Now, how often do these sell? Your last sell was on 11/15 at 75, 75, 68, and so forth. And then, you continue on up the accelerator here to 85 and so forth. And, truly, is there anything in Spell Ruler even worth looking at? I guess the reprint Toon Dragon is worth $20. Toon Summon Skulls. I guess some of these cards are worth it. I love that you have to put these at a light play straight out of the box. That's hilarious. $11, relinquished at 8s, Spellbinding Circles at 9s. Snatch Steel's also at like $6. Toon Mermaid also at 7. Forceful Century at 6s. Okay. Mystical Space Typhoons from this set are 7s as well. Giant Grenades also coming in at 3s. Your Painful Choice reprints $3. Single booster packs of the set are also like $4. It's interesting. Serpent Knight Dragon, $3. You can tell that this is the reprint by the text box and everything, but still looks like a nice card. It's just reprint, smaller text box. Toon Worlds, surprisingly enough, the Upstart Goblins from this set are $2. They're worth as much as some of the other stuff. And then you really start to see, the deacceleration. Yes. The good old Invader of the Throne for 50 cents. I still think that card seems so cool. Chain Energies are also 40, 50 cents. You tell me the commons in this set actually have value? Good old Gravekeeper Serpent for the old soft lock under macro. You can't mill cards to the graveyard, so your opponent can never declare an attack. Yeah, it looks like these cards... Hungry Burgers, 10 cents. Looks like Spell Ruler... It looks like one of those sets that over time will probably, you're reminiscing about older stuff. You're like, hey, kind of excited, boxes coming in, 75s on up to 80s and so forth. So we'll have to wait and see. Also, later today, Sleeve Chief is going to be starting their sale for Black Friday. Discount code MK40 is going to save you on their really cool items. And honestly, I think this One Piece deck box is one of my favorite items, especially the inside here for the fruit pattern. Looks absolutely amazing. And they're also going to have a playmat available as well. Now, if you're not a huge fan of One Piece, there's so much more to check out. But discount code MK40 will save you on your purchase on anything that you're going to want. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.